In this video, I'm going to be going through the mathematics level 3 paper. This was written, I think, that is March 2021. It was the paper that was written for mathematics level 3. And what I'm going to be doing is, through these papers, I'm going to be laying some important foundations. And as I have been working on it, I will encourage you to grab hold of all the papers that I have been able to do and all the questions. So this is part 2 of the lesson. I've already done question 1, which focused on, as you can see, question 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3 on complex numbers. So get hold of the previous lesson and you will be able then to follow up. Now, as I said, in this video, I'm focusing on question number 2. So now, guys, this is a new channel that is also have you in mind. This is the mathematics 24-minute lesson NCV. But if you want more basic foundation, please go to the mathematics, which is the 24-minute lesson, the actual 24-minute lesson. This one covers all the basic mathematics that you can think of, so you can still get some ideas there. But for this channel, 24-minute lesson NCV, it is dedicated purely for you guys who are doing your NCV. Hence, I go through the actual question papers there. Now, let's look at question number 2. This is algebra. It says in here on question number 2, solve the following quadratic inequality. Then they give you 4 marks. How do you approach that? So what you'll be given, let's work on this quadratic inequality. It's x minus 3 squared and then minus 4, and then you've got x minus 3 and plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0. So this is what you see here on the quadratic inequality. And the question is, how do you approach this question? It's up to you how you want to do it. You can do the part whereby you can open up the brackets and everything, but there is a shorter version, and the shorter version is for you to identify that, look at this is x minus 3, this is x minus 3, and you can use the K method here. All right, and the K method, what can you say? You can say let x minus 3 equal to k. So this is the K method we're talking about. So how do you rewrite this? So there will be a k inside there, there will be a k inside there, and you can see that now this becomes k squared. You see that? So let me just use a different one here. So what you have now will become k squared minus 4k plus 4 is, now since we're solving for x, let me just solve for x for now to get the critical values. So when you're dealing with inequalities, just solve for x and get your critical values. Now from here, it's up to you how you want to go through this. You know, it's a simple solution in terms of either you factorize. If you're factorizing, this is what you're just supposed to do here, and then you equate this to 0, whereby here you have your k minus 2, and here you have got your k minus 2 is equal to what? Is equal to 0. And then from there you have in here k is equal to what? K is equal to 2. I hope you're able to see this. So this is the part of that solution. Or if you're struggling with your factorization, you can head over to your formulas, which we'll do here, and there is the quadratic formula, which sometimes I suggest for students to try use that quadratic formula. You see that formula there. If you use this formula, it will make things much better for you, which is x is minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So if you are struggling with this factorization, what you need to do is for you to go through the quadratic formula. All right, so this quadratic formula, you can use it here to say k is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and then k is equal to, then you know now what you do to say what is your A here, what is your B. You can see that if I write here there is a 1, my A equal to 1, my B, this is my B, negative 4, and this is my C. See that? So that is what you just need to do. So my B is negative 4, my C is equal to 4, and then you say minus 4 plus or minus square root of what you have there will be negative 4 squared minus 2a is 1c is 4 all over 2a is 1. Then when you do that, k, you can now use your calculator there to get that value, to say minus 4, let's start with the plus, square root of negative 4 squared minus 4. My A, as you said, is 1, my C is 4, and then divided by 2 bracket 1, so equal to, see, I get a 2 like I got previously, and then delete negative there, equal to 2. See, it's giving me 2 values of k. K is equal to 2. Are you getting that? But now this is not the answer. Remember, you said let k, so we can say but our k is equal to what? X minus 3. Because say x minus 3 is equal to k. So where there is 2 here, we can say x minus 3 is equal to 2. So take 3 to the other side, you can see that x is equal to 5. See, so here it was, by the way, x is equal to 2 twice here. So even x is equal to 5, that will be twice, because you are getting the same value there. X was 2, so x is equal to 5 twice. Now the question here was, it says what? Solve the following quadratic inequality. So now to solve this quadratic inequality, we just come back here to say what was the sign is greater than. So because it's one value, then you can say therefore x is greater than or equal to 5. From the value that they gave us, there is greater than 0. So x is greater than or equal to 5. Are you with me? So that is how the approach was in that question there. Alright, let's move on to the next one. It says solve for x by completing a square. There is 4 marks, and then the skill of completing a square is very important. What we have there, it's x squared is equal to 12x plus 10. See that? And then what I need, if I'm going to complete a square, remember the steps that I need to do when completing a square. Let's look at them in brief. Number one, convert, I'll say arrange your equation as, this is equation as, so this is how you arrange your equation. It is a x squared plus bx is equal to c. So ax squared plus bx is equal to c. So let's do that one. So when you arrange it, you can see that the other x is on the other side, so it will be x squared minus 12x, because from positive it becomes negative, is equal to what? Is equal to 10. That's step number 1. Step number 2, check that the coefficient of x squared is equal to 1. Right? How do you check? So you come here on the coefficient of x squared, which is, this is x squared. Look at the number here. You can see that by default there is already a 1. But if you are moving from this scenario here, what you're going to do is you're going to divide by a. So you're going to say x squared over a plus bx over a is equal to c over a, so that you cancel that, and then you've got x squared plus b, this is how you write it, b over a x is equal to c over a. So you see, that's how you write this, so that the coefficient of x, as you can see here, it must always be 1. So the good part is this one is already done. From here, then you go to number 3, so we can rewrite this as already done, which is x squared minus 12x is equal to 10. You agree with me? Then from here, you can then conclude that you can now apply the completing of a square. So this is what you do. You say x squared, then you write minus 12x, and then you say plus, and that's where I do the completing of a square. You put a bracket, and then you say half times the coefficient of x. So what is the coefficient of x? It is this number. This number is with the sign. This is the coefficient of x. See that? If they ask me on this other one, what's the coefficient of x here, I'll say this number. This is the coefficient of what? Of x. You take the number with the sign. So it is what? X squared minus 12x times half. So you say half of that coefficient, which is negative 12. You don't put x. Remember, it's the coefficient of x. So don't include the x. Just say half times negative 12. So you always multiply that negative 12 times half, or you divide it by 2. But it's better to say, please multiply it by half. You'll see later when you get fractions like this, it's better when you're multiplying. So if it was this scenario, you're going to say 1 over 2 times the coefficient, which is b over a. You see this part. If you're dividing by 2, it was going to be b over 2 over 2. So it kind of confuses. Better to multiply. So you do that, half the coefficient of x, and then you square it. Alright, then this is equal to, then you are in the other side of the equation, you've got 10. Again, you say plus, you write the same thing that you did. Remember, what you do on the left hand side, you do on the right. So this is the right side now, times negative 12 squared. Alright, so I don't want you to confuse with this one now. Let's take this off. So this is the actual process of completing a square. You're done. Then from there you can simplify what is inside, but look how you simplify it. This is what you do. You say x squared minus 12x, and then you say plus, don't open that bracket. Let me still maintain it. Don't open this bracket. It must always remain with the square. Is equal to, but you can simplify the other side. So what am I trying to say? I'm saying you take a calculator, and with the calculator you are like, what is inside? Inside the bracket we said half, right? And it's times negative 12. That's what you want to find out. Equal to negative 6. Don't put this, don't do it like this. Don't do it like this. It's still fine, but it's going to confuse you more. Don't put bracket and then you say squared, and then your answer becomes 36. It will confuse you. What I want you to do is remove this bracket here. Just find the solution to the inside of the bracket. And you saw what we got on the inside of the bracket. We got a negative 6, right? So what about the other side? So that I do it once, it will be 10. Now on the other side, simplify everything. We want the final answer there. That's where you are only you're not only going to do the inside, but you do everything. Remember, on the other side is times negative 12. If you can do this, you will get it easier every time. So it's 46, you see? So here I write now my final answer here being what? Being 46. But inside here, don't simplify. We got negative 6. Leave it like that. And then where is the completing of the square? The completing of the square is based on that square and that square. You understand? So you need to see it. That's where you write your bracket, and then you put that square, and then you write that number x, and then inside you write it as minus 6. You see? So if there was 36, you're going to just get things confused. So it's not only positive, but don't forget we got a negative 6, and then is equal to 46. If you can do this for me, trust me, you won't get them wrong. The problem comes when you choose to simplify this. It will give you a positive 36. making you maybe make an error. Now you say this is plus 6, so avoid the simplification of that bracket for me. Alright, then if we move on here, you know what to do. You square root to get rid of that square. So it's x minus 6 squared under the square root is equal to, now when you square it on the other side, you say plus or minus square root of 46. That's what we do. That's the completion of a square. Then from there we have got x minus 6 is equal to plus or minus square root of 46, and then we continue. Now take negative 6, it can come just before there. You can put it on the other side here, it's still fine, but it's better if you just write it like the quadratic equation. Remember, it's minus b plus or minus, so you can put it there. Are you seeing? So that you've got x is equal to positive 6 plus or minus square root of 46, and then you'll have two values, one positive, one negative. So x is equal to, so someone will ask and say, is it right to say plus or minus square root of 46 and then plus 6 is the same answer? Is correct if you want 6 to be on the other side. Alright, so you've got x. Now if I'm getting the solution, it will give me x is equal to 6 plus square root of 46 is equal to 12,782 to 3 decimal places. I will check my decimal places, but 12,782, and then the other one 12,782. The other one is what? 0,782. So 12,782 minus 0,782, 12,782, or x is equal to negative 0,782. So these are the two values that you get. Let's check again the rounding off what they said. Okay, they didn't mention here, but let's leave our answer. These are the instructions. They didn't say to what rounding off, but I'll leave it to 3 decimal places, which is also fine. You can do your 2, which will be 12,78 and minus 0,78. But now it's always good to test your answer here, whereby you can put one of the values here and see whether it balances. For example, let's say we want to put 12,782, but remember it's not right to use the rounded off. Use the original one. Maybe you can say 6 plus square root of 46. I'll come here and say, use a calculator just to check if my answer is right. Remember, it was 6 plus square root of 46. The first one was this one. So I take the whole one, then I said, remember it's x squared, so to me it will be this one, whereby it's bracket 6 plus square root of 46, then that is squared, equal to, I'm getting this number on the other side, which is what? 163,387. Remember it, 163,387. Let's do the right hand side, which is 12 times bracket 6 plus square root of 46. You do that, and then plus 10. You just compare 168. Let's see if we get it. There it is. It was 163,387. So that's what you do to test your answers if they're correct. Alright, so far so good. Let's move on to the next one. Solve for x and y in this. Solve for x and y. Simultaneous equations. How many marks? 6 marks. How do you approach this kind? So you've got what? X over 3 plus 2y is equal to 11, and then that is, we'll call that equation 1, and then you've got x squared minus 2y squared is equal to 400. That is equation 2. You agree with me? So now, okay, sorry about that. So now if I come here and what do? I want to simplify this. Now check out the easier part, and the easier part is the equations without squares. Those are the ones that are easier. So here you can see that this equation is much simpler. It's a linear. It's got x and y, so I can make either x or y the subject of the formula. So let me take equation 1. So I'll say here equation 1, and in equation 1 I have x over 3 plus 2y is equal to 11. How do I simplify this equation 1 with that fraction? What do? This is what you do. Let's say I'm interested in x. So what I do is I multiply by 3 over 1, or just times 3. But what I do on this, actually you will say, since there is that 3, you multiply by 3 everywhere. That's the better one. And then you multiply by 3 like that. So what you can do, you can see that this 3 is like this: 3 times x over 3 plus 3 times 2y is equal to 11 times 3. You see that because of the plus or minus, the 3 was being distributed evenly, so it is in each item. So that's how you get rid of that. So you have your x plus 6y is equal to 11 times 3 is 33. Then take 6y. It's easier for x to become the subject now. Take that one that side. What do you have now? Your x will be equal to what? 33 minus 6y. Then this one, we are going to call it our equation 3. Are you with me? This becomes our equation 3. Then from here, we can work out a few things from here. What do? We come back in our, let me pull it here and do this. We come back and say into 2. Now let's come to equation 2. In equation 2, what are we given? We are given x squared minus 2y squared is equal to 49. That's equation 2. But I know my x now. What is my x? Bracket, that is x squared. So you say 33 minus 6y squared. Remember that, minus 2y squared is equal to 49. I think that. Just do that and make sure that this thing is nicely done like this, and you won't have problems there. And then from there, we are forced to remember this square, please, that square. It's simple. Don't say this square, you multiply 33 squared minus 6y squared like that. No. That would be suicidal of you. So what you need to do is to say that means 2 brackets like this, which is 33 minus 6y, and another one similar, not plus, similar because it's a square. It means it's twice. Minus 2y squared is equal to 49. Then you expand. 33 times 33 is 33 squared. I'll leave it like that for now. 33 minus 6y is minus, so it's 33 minus 6y. 33 times negative 6y. If I can do that, let me see what it will give me. It's 33 times negative 6. It will give me negative 198. The other one also will give me that. Then I'll say times 2. Let me see what it gives me. Negative 396. It will be in the next stage. So let me write that number, 396. I'll use it later. So it's 33 times this, and then it is negative 198y again minus 198y. Remember, you are expanding, and if you're expanding, it's 33 times that, 33 times this times this, and this times this. Remember that. Alright, so now we are aware negative 6y is plus 36y squared. Then minus 2y squared equal to 49. And then is the center number. So here what you have, the center number is 33 squared. And then actually let's take 33 squared. Okay, yes, let's leave it there. Take 49 to the other side, it will be minus 49. Are you getting me? Then minus, that's where minus 198 minus 198 is minus 396. That's where I was keeping that number there. And then 36 minus 2 is what? Plus 34 y squared is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Alright, let me just find out this 33. I'm not gonna do this. I want to find this 33 squared minus 49. What is this? It's 1040. So I can even come here and say this is 1040. This one, 1040. So this is 1040. Then from here I can actually do, let me rearrange it as a quadratic. It's 34y squared minus 396 y, then plus 1040 equal to what? Equal to 0. From here I use the quadratic formula. I know you can divide and see the common factor there, but let's just go straight to the quadratic formula. Remember, this is my A, my B, and my C, and the formula says y, since I'm solving for y, is minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. See that? And then what you do there is y is equal to minus bracket minus 396. See that? Plus or minus square root of negative 396. Please put a bracket. Don't forget that bracket is very important. Squared minus 4. My A is 34. My C is 1040. Right. Then everything divided by 2. My A is 34. Alright. Then from here we can use our calculator. That's why I say just rely on the calculator at this stage so that it can do most of the work. Alright, so what do you have there? It's fraction minus bracket negative 396, close the bracket. Let's start with the plus, square root of negative 396, close it and squared, minus 4a is 34 and C is 1040, then divided by what? 2a, which is 2 times 34, equal to, the first one is 130 over 17, 130 over 17, I'll remember that one, 130 over 17, and the other one is 4, so it's 130 over 17, or y is equal to 4. This, so they gave you two answers, and then since we know those values, we come back here to our equation 3 to say, first one, when y is equal to 4, let's start with 4. So x is equal to, so that is now equation 3, which is 33 minus 6 times 4. So what is x? X is equal to, now 33 minus 6 times 4, it will give me what? 33 minus 24. What is it? Is it 9? Let me do that. 33 minus 24. Okay, there it is. It is 9. So that's my first value of x. So if you want to write it in coordinate form, you will write it like this. When x is 9, what is y? Y is 4. That is another option. This is in coordinate formula. Then the next one, when y is equal to what? When y is equal to, we said what? 130 over 17. So x again is equal to 33 minus 6, because remember it's minus 6y. So 6, and then my y is 130 over 17. So you give me the value of x. Let's do that and see what it gives us. 33 minus 6 bracket 130 over 17 bracket. Then you get the other answer. Minus 219 over 17 minus 219 over 17. And as in, again, if you want to write it in coordinate form, is you're going to write it as minus 219 over 17 is 230 over 17. So this is the answers that you have. Now the question someone asks is, can you test these? So let me kind of, especially this one, I'm interested in this one. Let's just see if ever this was rightly done. Let's try to prove this one. See, I'm copying it across and I want to take it there because I can't see it. I want to take it to the beginning here. These were the answers, the first answers. Let's try to put them in here in these two equations. So what you have on the first one, there it is, I'll put there. So it's x over 3. So let me try with the first. It's a bit tricky there, but it's fine. It's fraction, and then on top I have x, so I'll put a fraction on top, and my x is negative 219 over 17. See that? And then divided by 3. We always go to the original, and then there is a plus, not times, actually it's plus 2, and then y is what? Times 130. Sorry about that, again it's in fraction. 130, just have to be careful there. 130 over 17, it must give me what? This must give me 11. There, I'm getting 11. Let's do the other one, the second equation. If this one is fine, I will assume everything is fine. It's x squared, which is, but I will encourage you to test both. So it's negative 219 over 17, what? That is squared, minus 2y again is 130 over 17, and then squared. It must give me what? 49. There it is, 49. So it works, and then that's it. So the other one, I think it was, you can test now with the other values where x was equal to 9 and 4. That is up to you now to check that for me. Alright, you get 6 marks. That is it. How to solve the simultaneous equations. Again, it's better to go through the steps, rewind this video, see the processes that I did, and here always try to work through the quadratic formula. It saves your time, okay, to avoid a lot. And then avoid, especially here, they will catch you with the negative and the positive, so try those areas. What I will encourage you to do, give yourself the same question now. Give yourself the easy question, solve it. If you are struggling, go back again to the video and say, where am I missing it? Then you can pick up where you are missing it. You might differ in the steps there and there, but the important thing is the way to go about it. If you can have that, then you're going to be fine. Alright, so that was that part. 2.4. Okay, say simplify each of the following. They give you this. Right, so whenever they are giving you such questions, you must know that they are only interested in your factorization. See, they didn't give much marks, though it's long, but this is just for you to know that you need to know the skill of factorization. So I'm gonna write this now. So actually, let me just already factorize. If they give you m squared minus m minus 2, and they want you to factorize, so you're coming up with two brackets like this. How will you factorize this? Remember, we are looking for the factors of negative 2. So it's m minus 2 and it's m plus 1. You need to know how to factorize this. As I said, there is the main channel, the 24-minute. Go to that channel, our main channel, the 24-minute lesson. You can now get the skills of factorization. I'll do them also in some of the areas, but this I just have to just show you how to easily factorize there. And then someone can struggle, I'll say also you can use the quadratic formula. Let me show you how you use the quadratic formula to factorize. Let me use this one. It's m squared minus 4m minus 5. Let's try that one with the quadratic formula. M squared minus 4m minus 5. So what I do is I take a quadratic equation. Okay, let's start by saying here, what is my a? Remember, it's 1. My a is 1, so which means you must be good with the quadratic formula. My b is negative 4. My c is negative 5. Then from there, what you do, you come here and say, alright, let me take my quadratic equation. you know the equation. What I say, it say m is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. See that? So you're going to say m is equal to minus 4 plus or minus square root of negative 4 in bracket squared minus 4a is 1, c is negative 5, then everything over 2, and your a is 1. If you can do this and then you try to factorize this part, look what I'm going to have. So if I come here and say minus bracket negative 4, and then I've got plus square root of bracket negative 4 squared minus 4, my a is 1, my c is negative 5, right? Then all over 2, and then bracket is 1. So I'm gonna get two answers there. M is equal to 5, so remember that. Let's say you're solving for it, put a negative, and m is equal to minus 1. So it gives me m is equal to 5 and m is equal to minus 1. Now when you factorize this, now what you do, you open your two brackets. So what you're simply doing is you take this value back. So you'll have m minus 5, remember, is equal to 0. See, it was positive, goes back, and then you take minus 1 back, it will be m plus 1 is equal to 0. That's how you'll be solving this. Then that's what you write, m minus 5 and m plus 1. Then it becomes solved. So if you are good and fast at doing the quadratic formula, this one, if you are good and fast at doing this one here, this, if you are fast here, then it becomes not a problem at all. Okay, the problem is when you take time to solve that. Just be good with your quadratic formula. Alright, now next one is m squared plus m minus 6 there, m squared plus m minus 6 equal to, again, as I said, the skill of factorization is very important. I use the product sum method. So the factors here are the factors of 6, which is m plus 3 and m minus 2. So 3 times 2 is negative 6. You see that? I think that's all I have done, and then the rest I think I can just simplify. Here, look what they try to do. This is 15 minus 5m. You can simplify that. This is more like saying 15 minus 5, same factors, so it will be 10m minus 15. I think that. So what is common there is 10. From there, 10 into 10m is m minus 5. You see this? That's what you're having there. This one, m squared minus 9, you can do that, it's not done. M squared minus 9 is a difference of what? Of 2 squares, yes. So it's same as m squared minus 9 is 3 squared. See, that's the first bracket there, which is m minus 3 and m plus 3. I say that thing. That becomes that part. Then 15, this one here, you take out 5 there, 5 into 5m, it's m minus 5. Are you seeing that? So that is the part. You have just factorized everything here. You can even now start writing it. Let me just write it here to say on top there, what was this m? The first one, it was, I'll write this like this, m minus 2 and m plus 1, because it is that is the first one, divided by, as you can see, it's 5 m minus 5. Now when you see the division sign, I'll convert it to a multiplication, but you know what you do, you take this bottom, you take it to the top, and you take that top, you take it to the bottom, you flip them. So we know that m minus 9, we said here it was bracket m plus 3 and what? And m minus 3. Any one of them, you can start with m minus 3, m plus 3, whatever case, which was m plus 3, I mean m, this one m minus 3, m plus 3. Then from here at the bottom now, m squared minus 4m minus 5, which one is that? M squared minus is m minus 5, m plus 1. So this one is m minus 5, and then you've got m plus 1, and then it goes on to say times the one on top there, because it's already multiplying. We said it was simple 10 bracket m minus 5 all over. See, it takes time, but it's just factorization. They don't give it much marks in as much as you love. M plus 3, m minus 2. So it's m plus 3 and what? M minus 2. Also, even me, you see, I'm just doing as quick as possible the shortcuts into this because it doesn't carry a lot of marks. At this stage, we are then cancelling out what you see repeating and what you see common. So let's start with this. You can see an m minus 2 there, and then I can see an m plus 3 there. I can see an m plus 1 here. I can see an m minus 5 here. And then is there anything remaining? I can see a 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 10 2 times. Am I right? Then from there, yeah, I got it. Then I can have what is remaining. You can see that you can say equal to on top. Nothing is remaining but that 2. So it's 2 over. At the bottom, nothing remaining but except that m minus 5. This becomes now my answer. Again, you might ask, is it possible for me to prove this thing? I'll say yes, it's possible to prove. What you do, take a calculator and choose any value of m. For example, you can say let m be equal to, choose funny numbers like 7. Avoid, if it gives you an error, try another number. So numbers that are part of the solution here, for example, if you choose 5, like here, you can't choose this 5, you can't choose this minus 1, you can't choose this minus 3, it will give you errors, you understand? So you must choose numbers that are not part of these brackets here. So that's why I chose 7. When you do that, what you do is you take it in the original, so where m is 7. So let's start with the first one. It's 7 squared minus 7 minus 2 over 5 times 7 minus 15. You just do it fast, don't have to waste time here. Divided by, remember the calculator will do the job. And then it's 7 squared minus 4 times 7 minus 5, and then all over m squared. It's 7 squared minus 9. You continue times 15 times 7. Okay, this one also must be in this fraction, which is 15 times 7 minus 50 minus 5 times 7 divided by m squared, which is 7 squared plus 7 minus 6. Then you get it, it gives me a 2. You see that? It gave me what? A 2 here. Am I right? Let's do 7 squared. Yes, it gave me a 2. Let me just cross check. 7 squared minus 7 minus 2 over 5 times 7 minus 15 divided, just to cross check again because I don't want to come back on this thing, which is m squared 7 squared minus 4 times 7 minus 5 over 7 squared minus 2 proper, and the other one is 15 times 7, which is good, minus 50 minus 5 times 7 over 7 squared plus 7. So this is 2. Now let's go to the final answer. The final answer is 2 over 7 minus 5, and then I'm getting a 1. So you have to find out. You see, here I got a 2, and then here I got a 1, meaning something somewhere there is an error that I made. So let's check it again. Where is that particular error? Because at this stage, that is where you need to be, what can I call it? That is where you have to check out the error that might have been made. So in here we said 15 minus 5, we got what? 10, am I right? So this is where I am now, which is 15 minus 5. It's 10m minus 50. So you take out 10 That is the one that gave us a 2. 5 into 10 there was a 2. Is there anything else I might have missed in here? And then I see where I missed everything. I took out 5 here. I see where you pick up errors when I took out 5. So which means the problem is here. When you take out 5 minus, 5 there, you're supposed to get a 3 there, not a 5. You see the error. 5 into this is supposed to give me a 3. So I'm not supposed to cancel this, but I was supposed to cancel this one. This m minus 5 with that m minus 5. So here, this will remain as m minus 3, this one. See how it helps you to pick up these errors. So even here, I will remain as m minus 3 now. It's m minus 3. Now if I put a 7, it will be 2 over 7 minus 3. Am I doing this right now? Is what it's... I took out a 5 out, yes, 5, it's m, and that was that. Yes, so when I do that, it will be now m minus 3, and as I said, m is 7, so it will be 2 over 4, which is equal to 1 over 2. I'm getting actually a half, not a 2. But anyway, just check for me where I'm picking up the error, and just because of time, check out where the error is and give me a feedback, you guys, as you are working on this. See where might I have done an error here. I'm just this is error, but check it for me and I will appreciate that feedback. There is definitely an error. When you test it, remember, you test with the top, you test with the bottom. But also, if I test it in the wrong way, it should have given me maybe a 1 over 2, whatever. But check, and then you give me the feedback. Alright, now let's move on to the next one. Just because of time, I don't want this thing to be too long. There is the other one. They are saying here, I'm supposed to simplify 1 over x squared minus 1 over y squared, and then this is how you write it, divided by, then you put brackets. I'm already solving it. Then you say divided by, you say 1 over y plus 1 over x. That's what I want you to do when you're solving this. You convert this line here into this part. Are you with me? It makes things easier, but don't forget, put brackets in between. If you don't put brackets, we will penalize you because you will have things like this without brackets. And according to BODMAS, it means division first. Now you are forced to do that, you see, before addition and subtraction. So please put brackets first, then your answer will be correct. Don't forget that. Then from there, common denominator, x squared y squared. What do you have on top? X squared into xy squared. Y squared is remaining times 1 minus y squared into x squared. Y, it's x squared times 1, so it's x squared minus, it's y squared minus x squared, divided by, same thing here, it's yx, but you can call it xy. Y into xy times 1, this is x plus x into xy is plus y. I think that's what you're having. Then from there, equal to, then this is a difference of 2 squares at the top, it's y minus x, and then y plus x. Are you getting that? Over x squared y squared. So x squared y squared, you can actually write it like this, so that you see what is xy times xy. Why? Because I'm watching that one there. Okay, then you say times. Remember, when you say times, this goes to the top, this goes to the bottom. So you have got x y over x plus y. See that? Then from there you start cancelling out things. Xy, one of them goes, and then y plus x, x plus y. So the answer therefore becomes what? Equal to y minus x over xy. See, they gave it more marks, but it's got less working like the other one we did, which had got just to look at your errors. You see, that's where even on my side they might have caught me here with some errors because of too long, but just check it yourself. And then this one, I can test it. See, I can choose any value. This is what you do. Take any value again of x and y. For example, say x is equal to 2, okay, let's say 3, y is equal to 4, even 2 and 3. Just choose simple numbers that are not going to give a problem. So when you do this as is, put a fraction, then on top you put another fraction. We've got 1 over, remember x squared is 3 squared, right? Minus, put that, y is 1 over, at the bottom is what? 4 squared. Then you play down, then you've got 1 over y. Again, there is 1 over, y is 4, not 7. Right, and then what? Plus, and then fraction is 1 over 3. Right? Just check it again if I did it right. It's minus there, equal to 1 over 12. I'm getting 1 over 12. Let's do the final answer. It must also give me 1 over 12. So what is my y? It's 4 minus x is 3 over 4 times 3. xy, or 3 times 4. There, 1 over 12. That's what I wanted to do in the other one. If the answers are matching, you're good to go. Your answer is correct. Alright. Then, let me look at the last one there. It says the following constraints are given for linear programming problem, blah 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 blah. Then says sketch the graph with the given constraints in answer sheet 1 attached. Can I see that answer sheet 1 attached? Oh, there it is. Okay. I think I can take those equations and bring them here. It will make things easier for me. Because, so what is the first one? Because I want to use that y plus 2x is greater than or equal to 8. So let me write it here. It's y plus 2x is greater than or equal to 8. Y plus 2x is greater than or equal to 8. What is the next other one? 3y plus 2x is greater than or equal to 18. 3y plus 2x is greater. 3y plus 2x is greater than or equal to 18. Alright. The other one is y is less than or equal to 2x and x is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, y is less than or equal to x and x is greater than or equal to 1. Let's check again, verify a few things there. Less than or equal to 2x greater than, then they say I sketch and then shade the feasible region on that. And then let's look at that part. How do you quickly sketch this? It mustn't give you a problem. In here, these are the graphs that you find 2 points. You know, when you're solving them, you are more like solving like this. On the first one, you are more like, I'll use this one to say here, you choose 2 points. When x is equal to 0, what is y? And then when y is equal to 0, what is x? You just choose 2 points that you're going to join. Are you with me? So you start with the first one here. When x is 0, you see, you look at this. When x is 0, y is equal to what? 8. So we put 0 here, y is equal to 8. So here you get points. When x is 0, y is 8. Just choose 2 points and then you change that, take it back and say let's return our x, and then say when y is equal to 0. So here you'll divide by 2, you see that x will be equal to 4. When y is 0, x is equal to what? 4. So x is 4, y is 0. Those are the points you do. You do the same thing on the other side. You say when x is 0 here, this is gone, then divide by 3, say 3, there it's 6. When x is 0, y is what? Is 6. So you say 0, 6. You do the same thing when y is 0, y is there. You divide by 2, there is 9. When y is 0, x is equal to 9. So 9 and 0. I think that next one here, when x is 0, y is 0. So this one is a bit tricky. When you say x is 0, you'll get y is equal to 0. It's fine. Then choose another different point. Maybe say when x is 3. You can say 1, 2, 3. When x is 3, see this one, what is y? because when you say y is 0, x is 0, x is 0, y is 0, you just get 1 point. But you say when x is 3, y is 6, okay, so you get another point. And when you do that, you just sketch these points. I'm gonna sketch them here. Let's start with the first one. We said on the first one, when x is 0, y is 8. I'm gonna mark this. When x is 0, y is 8. There is a point there. And when x is 4, y is 0. When x is 4, y is 0. Then that is the point I'm looking for. And there is the point. And now I need to arrange my point. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't allow me to rotate this, but okay, let me just remove it and sketch it again. But I'll join this like this and then try to make it like this. Alright, not very accurate, but that is. And then this one, what do you write it? Now they said, remember, I need to shade. Then they said the first one is y plus 2x is greater than or equal to 8. So which one is my region? If it's greater than, you'll see it after, but it's going this direction. I'm looking for the points that are going this direction. This side, it's a no. Alright, I do the next one. X is 0, y is 6. When x is 0, y is 6, there is a point. And then when x is 9, x is 9, y is 0. 9 can be somewhere in the middle there. That's my 9, so I mark that point. Again, what do I need to do? I join these 2 points like this. I've seen, and then from there I can try to make it. Okay, that is, I didn't put it there. That's much better. And then they said here again, this is greater. So you see, I want this region, but going down, it's a no. Okay, move on. Y is less than 2x. There is the point 0, 0. You saw that one, 0, 0. And then what? The other one I chose was 3, 6. When x is 3, okay, let me choose another one with 4, numbers 4. I can choose numbers with 4 because I see 3 and 6 is in the middle. I can say when x is 4, y is 2 times 4 is 8. This is a better one. When x is 4, y is 8. So I can use here x is 4 and y is 8. There is a point there, 4, and there is a point there, 8. See? 4 and 8. Then I'll also use that part here to join 4 and 8 like this. Don't tell me it's coming in the same. Okay, let's look at this. Is it coming in the same when x, what was the first one? When x is 0, y was 8, and x was 4. Now this one, when x is, oh, sorry, I'm missing things there. It was when x is 0, y was 0, there it is. When x is 4, y was 8. See, I'm mixing up things here. There is a point somewhere here. Somewhere here is a point somewhere there. So let me just undo things here. I don't want this dotted line. This is just an estimate, you know. So that if I go straight here, I'll make my point there. There it is. That's my 4, 8. So if I draw the line, it will be like this. Let me try to, okay, try to make it straight like this. No. Alright. Okay, well, I'm not getting something. But this one, what did they say? This one was also less than. Now, if it's less means left. So I want this region. But this direction, it's a no. You see what's happening? Alright, so now I've got the last one. X is greater than or equal to 1. So 1, when x is equal to 1 is this line. There is a 1 here. There is a 1. So x is equal to 1 is just a straight line. that is passing through 1 like this. So if they say now x, okay, so I was supposed to be labeling them, so let me come and label this. This is y is equal to 2x, because these are the equations, and then the other one is y plus 2x is equal to 8. The one of 8 and 4 is this one. Y plus 2x is equal to 8. Then the other one of 6 and 9 was 3y plus 2x is equal to 18. This is 3y plus 2x equal to 18. This is 3y plus 2x. Okay. Then the other one, x is equal to 1. This one, x is equal to 1. See that? Then I'm almost done. Now they say here is greater than, this x is greater than, so the region I need for this x greater is this direction. So here it's a no. So now look at this. When I start to look at this feasible region, I will use the same thing I was using to say for this one I need, say for the one it was for this line, I'm interested in that region here. Okay, let me use a different marker and I'm gonna make it even thicker, my region, because I need, this line is up, see, so it's up, there it is, the up part. That's the first one. And then this line again is up, you see this one, then I'm interested in that up. Okay, and then this line is this direction, sorry about this, is this direction, so I'm gonna have it up there. And then what about this one? I don't see the arrow. It was saying what? This one, y is equal to 2x, says y is less. Okay, so I wanted this direction, so you see it is here, I need it up there. So there is my feasible region, there is my region. So when they say I must shade the feasible region, that's where you come here and you shade this part. And I'm just gonna use any part there to shade. This is my feasible region. Alright, see this? This becomes the feasible region. Alright, then the next question was, okay, that was that. And then the next question was, what did they say? Find the values of x and y that will maximize the profit if the objective function is what? P is equal to x plus y. So maximize the profit. What is the objection? P is equal to x plus y. So you have here, let me look at this. You have P is equal to x plus y. And when you are doing that, you are looking for these points. That point there, that point there, that point there, and this point there. So yeah, it's a bit tricky there, but I know this one looks the same here. This point is a 6, 1, this one, where x is 6, so you're gonna say P is equal to 6 plus 1, which is equal to 7. It's unfortunate that this is just one mark. Now what is the other point here? Like this one. So I think I can select 2 points, the top one and the last bottom one. This last bottom one, this looked like a what? This one looks like a 2. Here it looks like a x is 2, and then this one is 5. Is it a 5 to 7? Okay, but it can't have same values there. It becomes a bit tricky. What does it look like? This point can't be a 5 because a 5 is here. Maybe a 4,5. So you have got 2 and 4,5. So P would be equal to x is 2 plus y is 4,5, which is equal to like 6,5. It's less than that. So I think the one that has got the bigger number is p is equal to 6 plus 1, which is 7. Well, it's 1 mark, but the algebra you could have solved for the simultaneous equation. The math are not working. You solve for that simultaneous, simultaneous, and then you get the coordinates, and then it can give you the answer, but the marks are not worth it. It's just 1 mark, so it's just an estimate there. Okay, so that was 4 marks, 30 marks, guys. And as I say, this is to prepare you for your exams. Now, give me a good one here. You guys, if you are benefiting from this channel and it is already giving you some ideas on how to approach your exam, this is the thing I want you to do for me. 3 things. Actually, 4 things for me. Number 1, the most important one is to subscribe so that I know you guys are benefiting. So subscribe to this channel and ensure that number 2, your notification bell is turned on, because I'll be posting now more videos for you. Number 3, so I want to see the subscribers increasing now so that I know behind this channel there are some watching. Number 2, I said turn the notification bell. Number 3, don't forget to share with your friends who are also in the same class or who are somewhere doing NCV for you. Even on your Facebook page, just share the channel. That is your number 3. Number 4, if you are benefiting then from this channel and you know that this channel is giving you lots of input and everything, drop me your comments. Like the question that I couldn't solve up there because of some errors, actually that I couldn't test. It was solved but I couldn't test it. For those questions, give me your comments. What do you think? Engage with me, and then we will then see if there's an engagement. I can start having those live classes and everything. Alright, guys, so we've come to the end of our lesson. I wish you all the best in your exams. This is your National Vocational Training Mathematics Level 3. This is a new channel. Okay, so it's National Certificate Vocational Mathematics NQF Level 3. So it's something new on this channel, the 24-minute lesson NCV. Thank you.